All right, let's jump right in. For so long, we've heard that getting older means having a huge list of foods you just can't eat anymore. But what if that's all wrong? What if the real key to feeling sharper and stronger after 60 isn't about what you take away, but what you intentionally add in? Today, we're talking about a whole new way of thinking about food. Does this feel a little too familiar? You're eating your veggies, you're trying to stay active, but you're still waking up with stiff joints, or you're dealing with that annoying brain fog, or you just can't seem to get a good night's sleep. It's so frustrating when you feel like you're playing by all the rules, but your body isn't getting the memo. Well, you're not imagining things. This happens to so many people, and it's because the old rules just don't cut it anymore. So, what's the answer? It's time for a mindset shift. Forget just avoiding the bad stuff. We're going to start focusing on targeted nutrition. That means every time you eat, you're doing it with a purpose. You're strategically fueling the very systems, like your brain, your heart, your joints, that could use a little extra support right now. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about fueling your brain. Then, we'll cover how to protect your heart. After that, we'll get into supporting your joints and bones, your body's framework. Then, we'll hit on nourishing your muscles and getting better sleep. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a new food philosophy that puts you back in the driver's seat. Okay, let's start at the very top with the command center, your brain. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and completely forget why you went in there in the first place? Yeah, we've all been there. Keeping our thinking sharp is a huge priority as we get older, and what you eat plays a massive role in that. So why walnuts? What makes them so special? Well, think of them as little power packs for your brain. They're loaded with a special plant-based omega-3 called ALA, which is crucial for helping your brain cells talk to each other. Plus, they have these things called polyphenols, which act like a calming fire extinguisher for inflammation in the brain. And here's a little bonus. They even contain some melatonin, which can help you get that deep, restorative sleep your brain absolutely needs to recharge. All right, we've given the brain some love. Now let's talk about the engine that keeps everything running, your heart. Heart health is, of course, a huge topic after 60. And one of the biggest culprits we need to watch out for is something called silent inflammation, which can quietly do damage to our blood vessels over time. And this slide right here, it really gets to the heart of the matter. It's all about a balancing act between two types of fats, omega-6 and omega-3. You see, a lot of modern foods are packed with omega-6s, which can actually crank up inflammation. What we need is to balance that out with omega-3s, which do the opposite. They help calm things down. The big takeaway here? We need more of the good stuff, like flax seeds and salmon, to keep that balance in check. This is exactly why wild salmon is such a rock star for your heart. It is just loaded with those anti-inflammatory omega-3s that keep our arteries flexible and protected. But here's a little secret. If you get canned salmon, look for the kind with the bones still in. Don't pick them out. Those little bones are super soft, totally edible, and they are an amazing source of calcium for your own bones. So, do you ever wake up feeling creaky? Like your joints are just a little stiffer than they used to be? It's super common, but it's not something you just have to accept as getting older. There's a very specific reason it's happening, and even better, there's something we can do about it with the right foods. You see, the real culprit here isn't just the number of candles on your birthday cake, it's collagen loss. Collagen production takes a nosedive after 60. But here's the good news. This isn't a one-way street. We can actually give our bodies the building blocks it needs to support that collagen. This isn't just about wrinkles. It's about the very structure of our body. Just think of collagen as the scaffolding that holds your entire body together. It's the protein that puts the cushion in your joints and the strength in your bones and tendons. So when that scaffolding starts to weaken, of course we're going to feel it. It's like a house with a shaky foundation. It's just not as sturdy. So, how do we rebuild that scaffolding? We eat foods that are rich in the right stuff. Sardines, especially the ones with the skin and soft bones, are a total collagen goldmine. And then there's bone broth. You can sip on a warm mug of it or use it as a base for soups. It's a direct source of collagen that goes right to work nourishing all those connective tissues. Okay, let's talk about two things that are more connected than you might think: muscle health and sleep. It's a bit of a cycle, you see. If you don't sleep well, your muscles don't get the chance to repair themselves overnight. And if your muscles are tense or weak, it can be really hard to get comfortable enough to fall asleep in the first place. It can feel like a vicious cycle, but it's one we can absolutely break with the right nutrients. Have you ever been jolted awake by a sudden painful leg cramp? Or spent hours just tossing and turning, unable to get comfortable? Ah, it's the worst. You're not just tired the next day, it's genuinely disruptive. But listen, these things aren't just random annoyances. They're actually signals from your body telling you it's missing something important. And that's where pumpkin seeds come to the rescue. These little guys are a powerhouse of magnesium, which is like nature's muscle relaxant. Seriously, it helps everything just release. They also have zinc, which is critical for muscle repair while you sleep. When you're low on magnesium, it often shows up as tight muscles, twitching, and you guessed it, poor sleep. So try sprinkling them on your yogurt or just grabbing a handful for a snack. And the results can be pretty incredible. There was a study where seniors who were dealing with poor sleep added just a small handful of pumpkin seeds to their diet every day. The result? They reported a 71% improvement in their sleep quality. 71% in just 4 weeks. Think about that. What would it feel like to wake up feeling genuinely rested? It's possible. And it might just start with a few pumpkin seeds. So, we've looked at the brain, the heart, joints, muscles. What's the big picture takeaway from all this? It's about trading in that old restrictive list of don'ts for a smart, strategic, and empowering new way to eat. It's about grabbing the steering wheel and taking control of how you feel day in and day out. So how do you actually do this? It's simple, just 3 steps. First, focus on adding. Instead of worrying about what to cut out, think about what powerful foods you can add in. Second, eat with a target. Know why you're eating something. I'm eating these walnuts for my brain. I'm having this salad for my heart. And third, just listen to your body. Pay attention to what makes you feel good. The best plan is always the one that makes you feel stronger.
Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't some fluffy, feel-good saying. It is absolutely true, and it's backed by science. The little choices we make, the handful of seeds here, the piece of fish there, they add up. They are powerful tools that give you so much more say in how you feel as you age. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent.
And that really brings us to the final question. This is not about a massive overnight diet overhaul. It's about starting small. It's about taking one simple, powerful step. So I'll ask you, what's your one thing? What one food will you add this week? Maybe it's that handful of walnuts on your morning yogurt, or maybe it's trying those sardines on a cracker. Whatever it is, just choose one thing and decide you're going to invest in the version of you that wakes up tomorrow. You absolutely deserve to feel your best.